For my AP research project, I decided to research the question, can Irish dance training improve a basketball player's agility? The very first thing I will note before anything is the significance of this topic and how it can benefit further research. Constantly doing the same training plan over and over again can become very repetitive for an athlete. According to Valovich-McLeod, 50% of injuries in pediatric athletes, which includes athletes up to and including 18 years of age, result due to overuse. According to mayoclinic.org, an overuse injury can be defined as damage and pain caused by repetitive movement and overuse. Speaking from personal experience, even if these training plans don't cause overuse injuries for an athlete, it simply becomes boring for the athlete to perform the same actions every day. Because of this fact, new forms of training are constantly integrated into the programs of every sport, basketball included. Surprisingly, it is not a new concept to incorporate Irish dance training into an athlete's training. NFL running back Alex Collins, who previously played for the Baltimore Ravens, has been Irish dancing since 2011 when his high school football coach's daughter challenged him to try Irish dance. Collins has said to have seen improvement in his lower body strength due to repetitive jumping and landing on his toes. This is because of the fact that every move in Irish dance comes solely from legs and core while simultaneously keeping their arms directly at their side throughout the entire dance. On the right of the slide, you can see an image of the starting position of a world champion Irish dancer before they start dancing. As you can see from the dancer's form, it is very important to start with completely extended legs and straight arms directly by their side. In a 2017 ESPN interview, Collins said, "There's numerous clips from game day action that he can pull up and show the same exact footwork from his steps in Irish dance that he did out there on the field." So if Irish dance training has proven to be successful in a professional football player's training plan, does that mean maybe it could be successful in a basketball training plan as well? To answer this question, let's first compare the similarities between Irish dance and basketball. Both require well-developed skills in multi-directional changes. Both require large amounts of both cardio and muscular endurance. Both require extreme lower body strength, and both require quick stop-and-go movements. Because of all the connections between Irish dance and basketball, I hypothesize that I will see positive results in the athlete's agility after completing the study. The findings of this research can have great benefits on athletes' training for both football and basketball players, and hopefully even more types of sports in the near future if further studied. But before continuing, what exactly is agility? Agility is a rapid whole body movement with change in both speed and direction in response to a stimulus. Improving agility will not only improve an athlete's speed, footwork, and anaerobic endurance, but will also increase lower body strength and overall body control. In a pilot study conducted on Dutch military recruits, 13 weeks of additional agility training was added onto the recruits' already intense training program. After the 13 weeks, it was noted that there was an increase in body control and also a reduced risk of injury resulting from activities that require immense amounts of skill in agility. In a short-term 2-week study, 12 male and 8 female professional basketball players performed low-intensity plyometrics, which are also called jump training, combined with dynamic stretching training to see if there would be improvements on vertical jump, height, and agility. The participants performed dynamic stretches prior to and after the plyometrics to prevent delayed onset of muscle soreness, or DOMS. The plyometric drills consisted of small but quick jumping exercises to allow the targeted muscles to reach exponential in maximum strength and speed of movement in the shortest possible duration. The results of the study showed improvement on both agility and vertical jump. This study shows the benefit of jumping exercises and dynamic stretching on basketball players, but mainly of the exercises performed were not similar to the jumping exercises and dynamic stretches of Irish dance. Therefore, to conduct this research in order to see if Irish dance training can benefit basketball players, I decided to perform an evaluation research using an experimental method to collect quantitative data. The group of participants utilized in this study was 10 female basketball players. To collect my baseline for the study, I used the following items: a measuring tape, similar to the one seen here, cones, and an iPhone stopwatch. The participants performed 3 obstacle courses while I timed them. The first drill was the X drill, which utilizes both side-to-side and diagonal agility skills. The second was the W drill, which tested the participants' forward-backward agility skill. The final course was the slalom weave drill, which tested the participants' ability to make quick turns around an obstacle. To keep the data I collected organized, I filled in each participant's name and a corresponding letter, along with their times for each course in the table shown here. After the timing session, I met with the team twice a week for 4 weeks to complete the study. This is because, according to a study by Saez de Valeria, Gonzalez Badillo, and Izquierdo from May 2008, training twice a week shows the highest rate of improvement and advancement. Each session lasted 30 minutes and took place in the gym immediately prior to their basketball practice. They performed 8 exercises designed by my dance teacher and I. The 8 exercises are as followed: ski jumps with a vertical jump, single leg ski jumps with a vertical jump, lateral runs with a vertical jump, a jump training routine designed by my dance teacher, a second jump routine designed by my dance teacher, jump lunges, and lateral Irish dance runs, along with lateral Irish dance slides. After the 4 weeks and 8 sessions were completed, I met with the participants for one last session, where, just like prior to the study, I had the participants perform the 3 obstacle tests while I timed them to see if any improvement was evident. This data was entered into the same chart as previously mentioned. To compare the baseline with the results from after the study, I subtracted the time of the results from the time of the baseline for each participant for each cone drill. I then entered the new value into the same style chart as previously utilized in the study, but with an up arrow if the time had worsened and a down arrow if the time had improved. A not applicable abbreviation was used in place of a value if the participant had not completed either the baseline or post-study tests. Seen now is the complete data table with each participant's overall results for each cone test. The participants with the most overall improvement across all 3 tests were participants C and participants D. Participants C and D were the only 2 to be present at every session. Participants A and G had the next best overall improvement across all 3 cone tests. Both only missed 1 session throughout the study. The collected data shows promise that if a player fully completes the study, then they will show improvement over time. My research has found that after fully completing the 8 sessions study of Irish dance agility training, there seems to be an improvement in agility. From the data I collected and analyzed, it appears there is much improvement in a basketball player's agility from Irish dance training if the entire study is completed and the player participates in every practice. Having an improved agility skill is important for basketball players for multiple reasons. According to a 2019 study, 3 direct benefits from an improved agility skill are decreased contact time on the floor, improved body control, and quicker change in direction speed. While I did conduct my hypothesis to be true, there were, of course, certain limitations during the study. One limitation was overall participation of the participants. At the beginning of the study, sessions were during basketball practice, so attendance was not an issue. But later in the study, basketball season had ended and availability was limited. Another limitation was the unfamiliarity of the exercises for the participants. In the beginning of the study, completion of the exercises was difficult because they were still new and were still difficult in level of skill for the freshmen. It is also important to note that just because an athlete's agility improved doesn't necessarily mean that they improve their overall skills because of other necessary skills important for basketball performance. There are future studies that could be conducted to determine further research whether or not Irish dance training improves a basketball player's agility. My study only focused on freshman level female basketball players. Further studies could focus on different gender and level combinations to see if there are different levels of improvement. If so, this could indicate whether one group has to do more training than others in order to receive the same results. Another area of further study would be to compare the Irish dance exercises to game day performance, to see if the exercises are being utilized by the players before the study begins, and then also after the players are exposed to Irish dance training. By seeing if any factors are noticeable beforehand, the trainer can focus on certain aspects of Irish dance training depending on what seems to promise the most improvement by performing. After the players are exposed to Irish dance training, observing if any of the exercises are utilized in game day action can tell a trainer to either continue or discontinue an exercise from the training plan. Ultimately, understanding how Irish dance and basketball training interact with each other, as well as understanding the benefits of individual Irish dance training exercises on basketball players' performances, would help researchers and players better understand the effects of Irish dance training on basketball agility performance. Thank you. And here are the references I used for the study.